Hi, this is Eddie from Eddie's Pottery. I had some comments and some questions about the clay cutter that I posted on the last one. I had even emails about it. I want to make sure I get all the questions answered or whatever. But this was a lot of people, well, not a lot, but there was several that wanted to know about, since I use a pug mill, other potters don't have the luxury of having a pug mill, which I wish everybody had one, but they're so expensive. It's hard for even the average person to have one. But they wanted to know, well, what if I've got a bag of clay, a bag or a box of clay that I purchased from one of the suppliers? Well, I tell you what, just so happened I opened I opened this box up, took the clay out of it. It was and I've got a lot of boxes of clay that I've got stored back, and this one here is dated June 22nd of 2016. Of 2016. You think about that. I mean, I've got a lot of clay that I've never even opened up out of the box yet, and I've got so much of it out in the shed that one of these days I'll get all these boxes used up. I'm hoping someday. That just means I'll buy more. But this box, the dimension of this box is 9 by 9 square. And then it's 12 inches long. It's 12 inches long. And as you can see, I have a type of a cutter right here that I made, looks like tic-tac-toe a board. But this here fits over this cardboard box. And each one of these squares is 3 inches. And the clay, when I took it out of the box, it's 12 inches long. So if I cut this box of clay all with this cutter, it's going to cut me 9 pieces. 9 pieces of 3-inch by 3-inch clay. So, and I'll take that and then put it through one of the clay cutters that I have here, which this one here is a 1-pounder. You've seen that in the last video. Now, so you can do that, and I made several notes to make sure that I get everybody to understand. This one here, this was a 50-pound block of clay. That 50-pound block of clay it comes 9 by 9 and 12 inches long. That gives me a 12 3-inch by 3-inch pieces that are 12 inches long to cut up in my clay cutters. And there's another company, and they sell their block of clay, and it's 8 by 8 inches by 8 inches, and they are 14 inches long. So, and if you used the 8 by 8 inch box of clay that's 14 inches long, you would want your wooden square to only have a wire going across this way and a wire going across this way. That way it cuts it into 4 pieces, and you would modify your other clay cutter into cutting those. I mean, the openings on the clay cutters that I have, they would take a 4-inch one. The 6 inches wide by 18 inches long. They would do that. So and I hope this answers some of the questions that you would have for using a different type of a clay cutter. So this one here is perfectly square. So you just have to be able to figure out what size of clay that you would have. Now, on the other thing, to go a little bit further, I wanted to show you how I went and put a wire on one side, and I also made another wire for it because the length of the two wires are a little bit different. They're a couple inches difference between the other. So I've modified this one here. I've got two different wires for it, and anytime I wanted to use one side, I would take the other wire off. So just to, you know, kind of give you a rough idea of how that would work. You know, since I have the other one on there, if I would take this one off here, I would use this other wire to do this. And when I show this video part, I'm gonna run it fast forward. Remember, you'd only use one wire at a time, and but it's, I guess it'd be wise to make like this one here's that's the 1 pounder, 16 ounces, and the other side is the 12-ounce one that goes on the other side of it. So if you make two wires that way, it might be a little confusing if you try to use one for the other, because there's 2 inches difference in the length. So it's best to do it that way, so you don't have to try to wrap the wire around a screw or something like that there. So but no, hey, hopefully this answers some questions on the clay cutters. So hey, thank you for watching Eddie's Pottery. Bye for now.